Hello lovies and welcome back to my channel. If you've never seen my face before, my name's xoxo and we are starting another reading vlog today. I am super excited about this one because I've decided to do kind of a mood reading type of reading vlog, and really I want to share with you guys how much I realistically read as a full-time booktuber, because it's very different for everybody, and everybody who does booktube, who does book talk, definitely something that ranges with how many books we all read. I'm definitely on the lighter side of booktube. I read on average 6 to 8 books every month. Good reading months are probably like 13, 14 books. I thought it'd be really fun to mood read in today's video and see how many books I can get through in the next few days. To start off the reading vlog, we are going to be starting with Foxglove by Adeline Grace. I'm actually already reading it. Book 1 is Belladonna, and it was one of my favorite books I've read. Foxglove is book 2 though. It's basically continuing on the story of our main character Signa and everybody around her. Belladonna was definitely one of those unexpected books for me. It's basically like a gothic romance, gothic romantasy book, and going into it I didn't think I was gonna love it as much as I did just because of those gothic vibes, and then I read it and I was like, oh, maybe I've unlocked a new genre that I actually really enjoy. The romance aspect of these books is what really got me. It's literally so different, guys. Like, I've never read anything quite like it. I've actually already started it. I'm like a few chapters in, already sucked in, already loving it, and I'm so excited to continue it in this vlog. The end of Belladonna, we're introduced to a new character who I knew was going to be one of our main characters in the second book, and in Foxglove we're basically picking up right where Belladonna left off, and crazy things are happening in this. I feel like I did not see any of it coming, and I like when I read books and I don't know what's gonna happen. We're introduced to a new character at the end of Belladonna, and we quickly revisit them in the beginning of Foxglove, and I can already tell this new character, he's gonna be trouble. He's gonna be trouble in this book, and I don't know if he's gonna be the good kind or the bad kind, and I can't tell if I like him or don't like him yet. So that's where I'm at so far with Foxglove, but we are gonna hop right into it. We're gonna start reading. I have been dying to read this, so I have no doubt in my mind that we will probably fly through this just because it's one of my more anticipated type of reads. We're gonna hop right into it. Okay guys, we're doing a little check-in. I've kind of been in and out all day reading. When we started the video, I only read like a few chapters, and then Chris and I ended up going out to run a few errands. We got ice cream, and then we came home, and I actually made a pretty big dent in the book. I made it to chapter 20, page 202. Like I said though, I had already started this. The goal for tonight, not that like there needs to be a goal, because this is just kind of like my own personal type of reading. I want to make it to page 300 though. Even when I'm mood reading and I'm just reading for fun and not for like a specific type of video or reading challenge, I still like to time myself with reading, because if I let myself, I would probably spend a week or more on a book. I feel like the longer I take to read a book, I start to kind of forget like the main plot of it, or I forget like key details. So usually I like to finish a book within like 2 to 3 days max, just so I feel like I get the full experience of it and I know like what's exactly going on. I've made a pretty good dent in it today. I want to try and read another 100 pages tonight just because I don't really have anything going on. It feels like the perfect cozy night to stay in and read. Like, there's just so much going on in this, and I don't know how I feel yet. Like, I'm loving it, don't get me wrong. I am eating this book up right now. I feel like this could be a 5-star. I'm not even kidding. I'm loving the storyline. I feel like there's just so much more to it compared to Belladonna, because we're adding in like more characters, and I'm just like so excited to see how it plays out. And I do have some theories of my own, but I don't want to jump to conclusions just yet because I literally don't know what to expect with this book. Anyways, I feel like we're hitting like a pivotal point in the story, because Signa was invited to a ball by a prince. If you know, you know. I could just feel feel like the craziness brewing in this book. I feel like something insane is gonna happen and I'm so excited for it. This very much happens when I'm mood reading too. I feel like my brain is all over the place. Like I'm latching on to so many different ideas and topics, especially when I'm reading a book like this where there's just like so many little things in it. I'm like, okay, this can mean that or it can mean that, and I'm just like constantly cycling through what could happen in it. But anyways, book 3 is called Wisteria. Signa was invited to a ball by the prince and it just so happens to take place at Wisteria. Theories, ideas. I have theories and ideas of what book 3 could be about, and I'm very excited about it, and I have a lot of theories, but I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to spoil it for you guys, especially for those of you out there who haven't even picked up this series yet. I literally would be so upset if I spoiled any of it for you because it's so stinking good. I want to do a little check-in with you guys. We're going to keep going. I can't say too much because it's book 2 in the series. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm loving it. I'm loving the characters. I'm loving the storyline so far. A big part of these books I'm finding is that there's always like a murder mystery to uncover, and I kind of like that aspect of it, that we're constantly trying to figure out who the murderer is and why they did it and all this stuff. It's just like fun to have like that mystery part to the story. I'm enjoying Signa's story, and I'm also enjoying the whole romance aspect of this because we're adding in like new people. It's getting kind of spicy, you know what I mean? Not like spicy. It's getting interesting is basically what I'm trying to say here. I can't imagine what's going to happen in these next 100 pages. We are back at Wisteria. I feel like I didn't preface this. Signa was invited to Wisteria for a ball by the prince, but that was like a few chapters back. We're back at Wisteria for other reasons, and I'm excited to kind of see how it goes. They're about to start playing a garden game, which low-key is giving Bridgerton vibes. I don't know why I am the way I am. I feel like anytime I read like a story in a similar time period, I'm constantly relating it to Bridgerton, and I'm not sorry about it, guys. I love Bridgerton. It's probably one of my favorite stories and shows ever. It's just so like comforting to me for some reason. Reading style wise, I feel like this is such a fun and easygoing book. It doesn't take like a lot of thinking to get into it and understand it, which I really like. I'm honestly kind of nervous to like complete it because I know we're gonna leave off on some crazy cliffhanger of some sort, and I'm gonna have to wait until August to read about it in Wisteria. We are gonna keep reading, and I'll see you guys in the next update. Okay guys, we are doing a little reading update. I read a pretty good chunk last night, and then this morning we woke up, got ready, and now we are at the ice rink because Chris has a hockey game. His game is about to start soon, so I have to head in, but I wanted to do a check-in before we did. I just reached chapter 35, page 353. So much is happening and I really don't want to stop reading, but at the same time I don't want to like rush the ending of this book because I just know I'm going to go stir crazy waiting for the third one to come out this summer. So what's also really interesting about this book specifically though is that we're kind of getting two point of views of the story. It's just so crazy to see like what Signa's working on and doing, and then to also see what Blythe is doing because they like interconnect but they don't know it yet. And then also death and fate and just everything in between. I am just so conflicted right now. There's just like so much to the story that I wish I could tell you guys right now, but I can't spoil it. But basically, I think we're getting very close to uncovering like this murder mystery part of the book, so I'm excited to see like what really happened. I kind of have like some theories, but you know how in like murder mystery books they'll always give you so many different characters and storylines that point to them doing it. Like there's so many characters in this book right now that I'm kind of pointing fingers at. There's always so many different suspects and motives, so trying to figure out myself before it gets revealed to us. I'm trying to figure out who did it and why they did it. I feel like the book is hardcore pointing towards people right now and making it seem like they're the ones who did it and why they did it. it, but I know it can't be that. Like, I know it couldn't have been them because I feel like the book wouldn't be pointing to them. I only have like 100 pages to go. I just need to know what happens, and I just need to know about the cliffhanger that I'm going to be obsessing over until August when book 3 comes out. This is absolutely amazing. I really feel like this could be a 5-star. It kind of depends like what happens in the last 100 pages. Like I said, Belladonna was a 4.5. I definitely feel like Foxglove can be a 5. And then I can't wait for Wisteria. Like, I haven't even finished Foxglove, but I'm so excited for Wisteria. I think it's going to be mostly Blythe's story, and I just think it's going to be so cool. I'm about to head into the game, and we will pick this reading vlog up hopefully a little bit later. Hi guys, long time no chat. We finished up Foxglove last night, and wow. I can't believe I have to wait like another 3-4 months for the 3rd book to come out. Naturally, this left off on a cliffhanger, but I wasn't too bothered with it just because of the overall ending of this book and these characters. It made me so happy. I loved the way this story kind of wrapped up, and I'm so excited for Wisteria in August to come out. If you know, you know. We know what's to come in Wisteria after finishing this one up. I love this so much, guys. I honestly feel like this series is one of those series that I would have never picked up if it wasn't for having a book subscription service with Owlcrate. I just never really thought to pick these books up. I never saw much about them, but with Owlcrate, I was always getting pins and little bookish goodies regarding Belladonna, regarding Foxglove, and I was like, you know what? I gotta try these books out. I gotta see like what they're all about. I honestly owe my thanks to Owlcrate for kind of pushing me in the direction of Belladonna. I also feel like it was kind of fate. It was fate that I ended up picking this up back in November during like the holiday sales, because I picked up this signed edition of Foxglove from Barnes. Now it's one of my favorite books in series ever, and I'm obsessed with it. The romance part of this series is what has a chokehold on me right now, and I am so excited to read the 3rd book because I can't even say anything because I can't spoil any of it for you guys. I love this nonetheless. I could not recommend it enough. If you're into like that gothic romance genre, I think this is really cool. Going into this, I was super nervous about it because I didn't know what to expect, but I honestly loved it so much. It's basically like our 2 main characters both give off Black Cat energy. I thought it was so fun, so different. I love the mystery aspect to it all. I feel like I almost figured it out at the end, but there were still like some loose strings that I hadn't put together. I also loved our main character, Signa. I feel like she was so selfless throughout both books. She just would do anything for anyone, even though life has kind of dealt her pretty bad cards. And she was just always putting everyone before her. And I don't know. I loved her character. I loved everything about it. I loved the way this ended. I have to say, the little plot twist we get at the end, I kind of predicted it. I'm not gonna lie. From the beginning of this book, I was like, you know what? I wonder. Adeline Grace tries to trip us up a little bit in this book by making us think that we know who's who in it, but I'm telling you, the whole time I had like this gut feeling that I knew who it was, which I know none of this is making sense to you guys right now, and I'm basically speaking like gibberish, but if you know, you know. I can't really say what I'm talking about without spoiling. Who gave me this camera? Who gave me this camera? Who gave me a laptop? I don't know. Anyways, long story short, I had this gut feeling about a character being somebody else, and it turns out that I was right at the end. And there's nothing more satisfying about having a prediction or a theory about a story, and then when you get to the end, you think you're wrong until the very last second, and in the book is like, oh, you were right. I don't know. It's the most satisfying feeling. Landed on a 4.5-star rating for this. It was amazing. I could not recommend this series enough. I ate it up. I devoured it. It's super easygoing, fast-paced. You'll literally fly through these books. It was on its way to being a 5-star. The only reason why I knocked it down half a star is because I just wanted more romance. I wanted more death and Signa and more love in it. But at the same time, it is a YA, and I understand like why we didn't get more romance in it. I also feel like the way Adeline Grace wrote their romance was so poetic and beautiful. The little scenes we get between Signa and Death were so beautiful, and the way she like wrote their story was just so poetic in my opinion. But yeah, basically I just wanted more Signa and Death. I wanted more romance in it, but nonetheless, it was amazing. I love love, guys. I just want more romance in every book I read. But It took me, I think, like 2 or 3 days. I've been all over the place, to be honest, because I've been doing a ton of work in the middle of this reading vlog. I'm trying to basically show you guys how much I realistically will read in a week when I'm not focusing on a specific reading vlog or anything like that, when it's more so just like a hardcore editing and work type of week. Lots of fun and exciting things are in the works though. I actually just launched, guys, I just launched my Patreon the other day. And it's been so much fun running this little book club. I made a whole video about it if you guys want to go check it out. If you don't, that's fine too. I launched my Patreon a few days ago and I'm basically hosting my own little book club on there, and there's like a ton of other like exclusive content you get, but the book club aspect has been so much fun. There's something so fun and exciting about being a part of a book club and talking to people about a specific book you're all reading, talking about characters and scenes, and it's just so much fun. I've never been a part of a book club before, and doing this is just making me so happy. I have it linked in my description if you guys want to check it out, if you want to join. We're in the middle of reading Funny Story by Emily Henry, and I'm doing like an exclusive reading vlog for that, which is really big because if you guys know, you know, I'm not a big Emily Henry fan, but I don't know, Funny Story may just be different. With that being said though, we are going to keep going in this reading vlog, and we're going to jump in to Powerful by Lauren Roberts. After Foxglove, I was eyeing like a few romances, but then I saw Powerful sitting on my shelf and I was like, you know what? This book just came out a few weeks ago and I've been putting it off because it is Dina's little point of view and story. I've been putting it off because of that, and now I feel like I'm kind of ready to jump into it, read her point of view and see what happens. I'm very nervous. If you've read Powerless, you already know why I'm very nervous. It's gonna be one of those books that like rip your heart out. You know what I mean? This is a cutie little novella, and it is told from the point of view of Adina, who is Peyton's best friend. And we get little sprinkles and little scenes of Adina throughout Powerless, but in Powerful, we're basically supposed to get Adina's point of view and see what she's basically doing while Peyton is out competing in the trials, trying to survive. I'm really excited about it, but just knowing the way that Powerless ended, I just know this is gonna hurt me. I don't like sad books, and I know it's not meant to be a sad book, but at the same time I feel like it is. Like, I feel like Lauren Roberts is giving us this book to mainly cry. Anyways, we're gonna jump into it. I'm very excited to read Adina's point of view because she was just the cutest character in Powerless. I felt like she was the ultimate best friend. She was always there for Pay when she needed her. I feel like Adina was one of my favorite characters out of the series, and just knowing what happens, I'm like, like, why? We're gonna hop right into it though. I knew I shouldn't have read this book for this video because now I literally don't want to do anything else, and I don't want to read anything else. Lauren Roberts knew exactly what she was doing when she wrote this book and put it out. I'm shattered right now, guys. I quite literally don't want to do anything. I just want to like curl up in a ball and cry for the rest of the night. That's exactly how this book is making me feel right now. My heart literally hurts. I'm gonna land on a I'm gonna like start crying while trying to talk about this book. I'm gonna land on a 4-star rating because I thought it was so beautiful. This was so beautifully written and told, and Adina's point of view and her character, it's just Literally, she is probably one of the sweetest, most genuine and selfless characters I think I have literally ever read about. I don't think I've ever read about a character who cares so much about other people like Adina does. She is just the sweetest, most wholesome little thing, and I just wish I could actually hug her. Like, isn't that crazy? This was only a novella and I was just blown away with it. I thought it was so beautifully written. I also loved our other character, Mac, in this. I thought him and Adina were so stinking sweet together, especially like in the beginning when we meet Mac. There's obviously like a little bit of a mystery to him. We're kind of wondering like what's up with him, what's his deal, like what is he trying to get out of Adina, and I just could not have loved their story more. I thought it played out so beautifully, and my heart like hurts for him, to be completely honest, after everything that he kind of has gone through, especially with the trials in the kingdom. What just happened? Like, it's not even real, but it feels real. Like, I knew it was gonna happen, but reading it from Adina's point of view and from Mac's point of view, unwell. I honestly don't know what was worse. I don't know if it was worse from Mac's point of view, Peyton's point of view, Adina's point of view. Like, oh my gosh, in the dungeon scene, I almost threw up reading it. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I don't know what it was about that scene. I almost vomited mid reading that chapter. Again, I feel like in that chapter especially, we see how selfless and like just genuine and good-hearted Adina is. The only thing that's holding me back from rating it a 5-star is my heart just hurts and I'm mad about how it ends. Even though I knew how it was gonna end, I'm mad and upset for Peyton, Mac, Adina. Like, my heart just hurts for them. And I also just wish we had more. Like, I wish we had more of their story. Like, I wish it wasn't a novella almost. Regardless of how it broke my heart, love that book. I'm loving the entire series so far. I am so excited for Reckless to come out. I annotated a lot of it. There's a lot of really cute little quotes in here that I was just going crazy with my highlighter at. This was one of my favorites. This was literally so cute. I also thought like the other part of this storyline was really interesting. I think Mac's storyline is super interesting, and I'm excited to see if he plays into Reckless and like Peyton and Kai's story. Well, I can't say anything because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but I have some theories basically about the future of Mac's character and what's going to happen with him. I have been thinking about what I want to pick up next for this video, and I actually have the finale audiobook on like my phone, and I've kind of just been staring at it for the past week or two. I think we're going to start that in this video because I really want to complete the Caraval series. I kind of want to see like what happens with Donatella, Scarlett, Jax. I'm going to kind of go back and forth. We're going to listen to the audiobook when I'm at the gym and stuff. I'm also going to read like the physical copybook. I guess it will pick the reading vlog up tomorrow. I'm going to stop rambling because I am just so excited to watch Bridgerton. I'll see you guys in the morning. Hi guys, a long time no chat. We're back and we have finished up Finale by Stephanie Garber. I was editing the video and like literally just realized I didn't film any updates of me reading this book, and I'm so mad at myself for not doing that because this was quite crazy. A lot happened in this book that I feel like I didn't really expect to happen, and wow. Anyways, Stephanie Garber, easily one of my favorite fantasy authors, I think. She just writes like the coolest storylines. She writes the best characters, and I actually really enjoyed this book. In the beginning, I was like a little bit bored, but as we got into it and like the main chunk of the story, I was like, okay, I can work with this. I actually really enjoyed it. I listened to a good chunk of the audiobook at the gym, and then I actually stopped listening to it and basically just read most of the book myself because this does have like a dual point of view in it, and I feel like the audiobook was kind of throwing me off with it because the audiobook is voiced by one person. Because we were getting Donatella's and Scarlett's point of view, I feel like having the same like person voice it was just like messing me up. I don't know why, but it was really weird to me. So I ended up just like reading like the majority of this. I only listened to like a couple chapters of it, and then I read like a big chunk of it. I have to say, like, everything about it was so fun, and I was not expecting it. I fell in love with Scarlett. I fell in love with Julian. I feel like in book one, Caraval, which was like mostly their story, I wasn't super crazy about them. I just thought their story was kind of boring. Like, it was cool, but in comparison to Donatella's in Legendary, I just feel like I preferred Donatella's story. But in this book, I have to say, I really fell in love with Scarlett and Julian, and I thought Scarlett's story was so crazy and fun. There's like a crazy plot twist in here revolving around Scarlett that I just didn't see coming. I like that little spin on the story because I didn't see it coming. I feel like we got a really good adventure with Scarlett in this book, basically. And then Donatella, her whole storyline, her whole love triangle, wow. Regardless of Jack's crazy, ridiculous character in these books, I thought his whole story was really interesting. I loved Dante. Dante is easily one of my favorite characters out of this entire series. Literally since book one, Dante has like been on my radar for a good reason. The last 10-15 chapters of this book, you are on a roller coaster full speed, and I loved it. I thought it was really fun. I ended up rating it 4 stars. The only thing that like holds me back for some reason with rating her books 5 stars, I really enjoy them. I love the characters. I love the romance, the adventure, the magic in them, but there's just like something missing. They don't give me that super excited butterfly feeling I get when I'm reading a 5-star book. That's unfortunate. But I still really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I think they're really fun romantasy books in general. They're also YA books, so if you don't like spice and stuff like that, these are perfect for you. Yeah, I thought this was really fun. I do want to read a novella. It's like a holiday novella, I think. It's called Spectacular. I hear it's such a cute one. 4 stars, lots of fun. Highly recommend the Caraval series, but Once Upon a Broken Heart definitely has my heart. That's basically it though for this reading vlog. I'm gonna end it off here just because we have basically hit like the 1 week mark almost, and I am going to be starting a new reading vlog tomorrow, so we're gonna end it out here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. It was just a fun, cozy little week of mood reading together. We read a total of 3 books, technically like 2 because one was a novella, so like 2.5 books, which is pretty good for me. I feel like this was a lot of fun to film too because I was just kind of chilling all week and reading like whatever I really felt like reading. So I might have to make this like a monthly type of video where we're just mood reading, hanging out, doing whatever. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next vlog.